Welcome to part 6. Now we might want to do some rendering with this, so let's hide the squab and let's go back to here. Let's dive down. We don't really need the platonic. The platonic is only in case we were going to use a custom object, which we're not doing in here. We're just going to use the default shape in here. And we're going to build it so we can render this on a pegboard. So if we go to the object level, actually, maybe we'll turn off this one. Let's change that to rubber toy so we can get at it later. We're going to create a grid. We're going to place it at the origin. And we're going to make the rows and columns 51. And we're going to make the center Y. So we need to dive into here. And the center Y is going to be 0.05. Okay. Now, if we want to see that, we can go smooth wired shaded, and that'll give you a sense of the grid that we've created that we're going to work with. We're now going to go in and we're going to go Tab, Object, Merge. We're going to put this down, and we're going to navigate. Let's navigate here to. We're going to go to the rubber toy, Brickify Asset, Brick Out, and accept. There we have the brick right there. Perfect. Okay, so let's set the display on that. We go spacebar H, and there we go. So what we want to do is, let's go spacebar B, so we can look at the side view here. And what we want to do is we want to, okay, so from here, we're going to zoom into here, and we're going to select, with the select tool, we're going to select everything sort of above the brick there. No. Okay, so then we press the delete key, and then we go delete non-selected, and that gives us just one little peg. And that one little peg is something that we're going to use to create the grid. Now we want this to sit on the ground, so we're going to right click and we're going to do match size. Place that down, and we're going to go justify Y minimum, and that puts that right on the ground. So we'll be able to sort of borrow from what we had before and use that. So now we're going to go Tab, Copy to Points, and place this node down. Wire this into Geometry to Copy. We're going to wire this, which is the grid, into there. And we get this, and we can say don't transform them. And B, we now get essentially a pegboard ready to go. Perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to go Tab Box, and we're going to set its axis divisions 222. Perfect. Let's set the display flag on that. So we're going to press 3, and we're going to grab these here, and we're going to go Tab Poly Bevel. And we're going to set the distance to 0.2. And we're going to put divisions to, let's put 7. Okay, so that gives us a nice round. Now, of course, we don't want a little cube. We want a flat board. So we're going to go back to here, but it was easier to select those edges by leaving it the way that it was. If we go back to here, we're going to change this to 10.4, 0.05, tab 10.4. And center Y is going to be 0.025. And once we have those together, we can right click on here, and we're going to say group. Okay, and we're going to call this bevel edge. going to make sure this is edges. We're going to turn enable off. We're going to turn edges off on here. And just like we did before, we can just go 89, 91. So that gives us what we need there. So we're going to put another poly bevel down. And this one, we're going to take away that, and we're going to go bevel edge. And the distance is going to be 0.01, and divisions are going to be 3. And what that means is that down in here, there's just a little bit of a bevel on this shape when you look at it down there. Now once we have that, we can go in and add a merge node. Let's move this up to here, and we're going to merge these two in together, and this gives us our pegboard. And there we go. Now if we go back to the object level and we turn the rubber toy back on, you'll see how it fits nicely onto the pegboard. Actually, let's just make sure. Oh, no, it looks like it needs to be going down a little bit. So we're going to translate there and go negative 0.05. Oh, let's do that on the rubber toy. Negative 0.05. And that'll bring that down. There we go. So now we've got our shape fitting on there just perfectly. Now, even this needs to go on a ground surface, so we're going to go in and we're going to go tab grid. We're going to put another grid down. This time we're going to set the size to 100, and we're going to rename this one ground. That one's the ground, and this one is the pegboard. And we don't need capitalization on there. Okay, so there we go. We've now added some new geometry in here that will allow us to render this scene out, and it's got a ground surface, it's got this pegboard, and it's got our brickified shape. And those we're going to take in the next stage, we're going to take them over into Solaris. We're going to assign materials, lights, and render. Okay, see you there.